It's okay. So let me just set one or two, like, let me see. Let me try and set something on my phone now.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So we can go now. So how did you see our match today?
Um, I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted a win. I really wanted Chelsea to get the 3 points, because looking at that race, top four race, we needed the 3 points. Looking at the teams that are also below us, the likes of Nottingham Forest, the likes of Brighton, of course, Arsenal are below us, but for them, they're going for the title. That's what they're saying. I really wanted us to end their hopes, title hopes, because last season they beat us at Emirates and they beat us. We were not happy the way they beat us last season, even though we didn't have the right manager at the helm. But I wanted us to get the 3 points today because that could have nailed us, could have given us a very good opportunity to finish in the top four. But again, I wouldn't complain about the draw because at least when you're looking at the table, we are in about the top three. And getting the 3 points was good, but getting a point also is not as bad as it may look.
Like for me, I was kind of disappointed overall. I also appreciated the result because looking at where Chelsea were coming from last season, you could see progress. You understand? Like if it were to be last
Yeah.
season when Arsenal went ahead, I give you the assurance of Chelsea would have lost that game like flat. Chelsea, they are losing that game, but you could see the resilience from the boys and you could see the eagerness from the boys not to lose the game. You understand? That's my major
Uh,
takeaway from today's game, despite the boys losing and despite the fact that me, I was disappointed about the results. But what can we do? What can we do? We can't do anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I've liked this season from especially Maresca and every player that I've this season, I think the way we react to us conceding goals is magnificent. You saw we conceded against Manchester United, we came back immediately. Today we conceded against Arsenal, we came back almost immediately. That one has given me a lot of hope going forward. And looking at the second halves, we've had best second half. Uh, Most of the time when we concede or we normally don't have a very good first half. The second half, we normally have an improved team. And that's what you need in a team that has ambitions. Yeah. It's actually different from last season. Last season we could have very good first halves, but the second half were very worse. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could find
yeah.
that you remember the game that we played against Burnley. We played against we were leading 2 goals. Then the second half, in fact, they got a red card. The second half, they came and scored 2 goals, and we got a draw against Sheffield. The same thing happened. These games,
Yeah.
we have at least we've shown that second halves at least we come back and we have a very good reaction. We have
And
we have a very proactive manager. Making changes at the right time, even though sometimes he doesn't get the changes right, but at least he does something. He seemed to be doing something on the touchline, trying to correct things, trying to back in instruction. That's what you need, man. You need a proactive manager.
yeah, I know a lot of persons are disappointed in regards to the result, but one thing I'm grateful for and one thing I should look back at last season is if you should check the position where Chelsea is right now, and you should check the position where Chelsea is as at last season, you could see the big difference. Now, as at this time last season, Chelsea was like 10th, 11th, or 12th thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken. But this season, Chelsea is like very close to the very close to top four. Like they are even ahead of Arsenal, which for me is shocking. And I think Man City is 3 points or 2 points above Chelsea in the league table. While Liverpool, I think they are 9 points above Chelsea. But the whole story, just to just cut this long story short, is the fact that Chelsea are third in the Premier League this season. And if you should compare it to last season, I think we all should be grateful for where Chelsea is right now. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. Because we just needed to improve from what we did last season. We saw, as you say, last season at a time like this, we were nowhere near the top four. We actually not even near the top 10. We spend most of our time that in the second phase of the Premier League, or the second page of the Premier League, we could actually go down and lose that match. But today, as we are talking, we have actually played against strong opponents. We've only lost to the best teams in the league. I would say that Liverpool and Manchester City, in the last 5 years, they've been the best teams in the Premier League, because look at how they've been competing for the title. They've pushed themselves into big challenges. I mean, into insane numbers, getting enough points, 98, 97 points. You could see Liverpool got 97 points and never won the Premier League. So you wouldn't say that we lost to teams that we probably could have beaten, but we lost to teams that probably they are ahead of us in terms of the organization and everything and the way they're doing their things. So I'll say there's an improvement. There's an improvement from the players, there's an improvement from the manager, and also there's an improvement from the board. And you see, looking at the players they brought in this season, actually, look at Pedro Neto, one of the players that brought in very late on, very late, but he's someone who has improved gradually. The way he started his game, and right now he's a very instrumental player to us. And actually, looking at the history that he's had of the injuries, but uh, he's trying to sustain himself up until now, playing 11 games, and also playing in Conference League. He's someone who has improved a lot. So that is where I feel like we have a lot of positives. And also about the injuries, you remember last season we had a lot of injuries. And I think the medical department was not doing its work properly. But right now, look at the injuries that we have. We actually have non-players in the rehab. So I feel like there is much improvement from the whole team, from the players, the initiative from the players, the managers, and everything, and everyone. Yeah.
Okay. So there's something I want to ask. Like, who do you think was your man of the match against Arsenal today?
Um, I feel like Caicedo was very good today. Caicedo was good today. But looking at Neto, he was very decisive when we really needed someone to be decisive. And also looking at defensively, he really did. He put a shift, man. He was very good defensively, offensively. He was the only player. He was the only attacker who was very dangerous. So I feel like I'll give it to Pedro Neto because he was decisive. He gave us a goal when we really needed it. We needed
What
to
about
come back
Cucurella?
to the game.
Cucurella?
Yeah, exactly. Even Cucurella, especially in the first half, Cucurella did put. Saka was not in the game, especially in the first half. Yeah,
Like Cucurella really put up a shift today for me. Yeah, he put up a shift. But I
exactly.
think I'll give my man of the match to Cucurella though.
Yeah,
Despite
yeah.
Pedro
Cucurella was
scoring,
also very good. Yeah.
despite Pedro scoring the winning goal for Chelsea, but I feel Cucurella did a lot in today's game,
Yeah,
defensively, um, offensively as well. This his impacting midfield role. He took it like on a whole new level. Like he took it very seriously. He was able to time his run forward and then time his run backwards. You understand? He was there whenever they need him. You understand? Till Saka was injured, he was there, always there and ready to defend. You understand? That's
yeah,
what me I feel about um, Cucurella, and that's why I feel Cucurella should be the man of the match. Despite Caicedo too, I think it's another shout out to Caicedo because Caicedo has really improved a lot this season. Like he has gone beyond my expectations for Chelsea
yeah.
this season. Yeah, he has really gone beyond my expectation, and I feel the leadership position I was speaking to Caicedo has really worked on his mentality, and to the extent he's now putting like, let's say he shouldn't perform in a match for Chelsea, it's an 8/10 or it's a 7/10.
Yeah. He's Caicedo is just one of the best players in the Premier League right now. No one comes close to him actually right now. I don't think there's any other player that comes close to him. Even Rice doesn't come close to him. Of course, Rodri is not playing this season. As a DM and as probably would say someone who plays an advanced role. I think Caicedo is very comfortable in the ball. You cannot press him, he's press resistance. And looking at how he's developed his game, I remember in the preseason, I was not even sure about him because there's some. Do you remember the mistake that he made against, was it against Real Madrid. He was not good on the ball. I remember. I think it's because probably he didn't train with the manager. He just came from the Copa. Was it Copa America? It's Copa America. He just came from there and then joined the team. Probably he did not grasp what the Maresca wanted. I was not sure about him, and I was feeling bad because he's a player that I like. I really like him. I really like on how he carries himself, and I'm very sure that he's going to be a future leader for this club. Now, I mean, when I look at Caicedo, when I look at Cucurella, when I look at even Malo Gusto, it tells me something about the manager. It tells me something about players. Sometimes, even Modric, sometimes you need to give players time because we, at some point, almost gave up with the Cucurella. You remember, he was almost being sold to Manchester United at some point. We almost gave up for Caicedo sometime last season. Yeah, up until towards the end of last season, that's when we saw the real Caicedo. So you have to give players time, and with the right manager, definitely players are going to improve.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you because especially Cucurella. I think last season Cucurella almost went on loan to Manchester United last season,
Yes.
but God had his way, and Cucurella stayed back at Chelsea, and today he's one of the best players in the team, and he's one of those players that if he's not starting, the whole fan base will be asking why is Cucurella starting or why is Cucurella not in this game. Understand now? I don't know if you have any other standard from the players that performed against Arsenal into this game, like apart from Caicedo and Cucurella, like which other standard player will you say? Which other player would you say stood out from the rest from the Chelsea team?
Okay, I'll say the defenders also. Looking at Colwill today, he was very good, especially with his line breaking passes. He's very good on the ball. Uh, we have a very much improved defense. Gradually, I've seen some kind of improvement in this defense. I expected Chelsea to have problems, especially with Arsenal's dead balls, the free kicks, of course, the corners and everything. But we did not see a lot of problems from that side. So I feel like the defense has massively improved, even though I want them to do better. Again, I would say, as you said, of course, Cucurella, I've said Caicedo and everyone, Pedro Neto, we talked about him. I feel like those players did have a very good game. Lavia, one thing I'll say about Lavia is when we have him on the pitch, we somehow control the game. But I would want to see him more on the ball. I want to see what he does when he has the ball. I don't want to see him doing basic things or simple things. I want to see him try a little bit of complex things. For example, getting the ball, beating the first line of press, trying to probably get the ball forward, progress the ball forward, because that's what Caicedo does. Caicedo is not afraid of getting the ball, beating the press, and giving the ball forward, progressing the ball forward. So that I want to see Lavia more, doing more of that, because that's what you need. You need when you don't have, example, when you don't have Palmer on his best in his best game, you will actually need these two midfielders, Caicedo and Lavia, to be more creative. And being more creative, if they can beat the press, they should progress the ball forward to the strikers, to the wingers, and everyone them forward. So I'd like to see more from Lavia because I still believe he's a dynamic player. He's a very good player on the ball and also defensively. He gives us that balance. So apart from the balance that he gives us defensively, I'd like to see what he does more on the ball. But I think we have had an improved defense today. I'd like to see them continue doing that. Uh, a bit of letdown from the goalkeeper, I am not happy about Sanchez. You cannot be beaten near post. And you knew very well that that guy had no option apart from the near post. That was not good, man.
Okay. I think now this brings me to the question between Enzo and Lavia. Now, do you think Enzo should be starting with Caicedo, or you feel Lavia should be starting with Caicedo? Because what I've observed, I don't know if you've observed it as well. Like, I feel Chelsea is more creative whenever there is an Enzo in the team And whenever there is an Enzo and Kopama in the team, Chelsea is more creative. Like they tend to create more chances and they tend to score more goals as well. Whenever Enzo is in the team, but I feel a lot of persons are overlooking what Enzo brings to this team. And what I also feel about Enzo, I feel if you can work on the defensive aspect of his game.
Mhm. Wow, I've lost you. Please come back, please. I don't think I'm getting you. Yeah, I agree with him when he says that when you have Enzo in the team, there's a lot of creativity that we see. But again, a team needs balance. Up until when our defense improves, that is when probably you can accommodate Enzo in the team. Because the problem is that we don't have a very good defense that can be able to sustain an Enzo in the team. Because every time an opponent beats that midfield, it becomes very difficult for the defense to deal with the balls. And of course, we don't have a very good goalkeeper who we can rely on. We actually don't have. Uh, we don't have a good goalkeeper who can actually depend on when probably the defense has been beaten. So we need someone, we need balance in the midfield. We need someone who can help Caicedo to make the tackles. We need someone who will be able to be defensive awareness, who has a defensive awareness in the midfield. So with Enzo, of course, I agree that with him in the midfield, we tend to create more because of his crosses. He gets the ball, progresses the ball forward very well, and that is a fact, you know. But again, you need to protect the defense. You need to protect the defense, and all you need is to have a Lavia. I feel like it's easy for Lavia to change his game to a more attacking way. Probably be very brave because the problem is that sometimes he's not that brave. He forgets that his work also should include progressing the ball forward, you know, and that's probably where he can improve. But Enzo, again, if we have an improved defense, he will work magnificently well in that midfield because he has that eye to find someone, to find a good, very good pass to someone, and that's what I think, man. That's what I think. Probably I have lost my friend. Hope he'll join. I'll be waiting for him in the next 5 minutes. If he doesn't come back, we'll call it a night because I'm also very tired. I want to sleep. Yeah, that's it. Man, it's very tired. I'm very tired. I'm very tired. I want to sleep, man.
Yeah, having some problem.
Oh, network problem.
Network problem.
Okay.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I was talking about Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. Understand? Like I was talking about
Yeah.
Lavia and Caicedo
Mhm.
as well. Understand now? So I want to know your own opinion in regards to this issue because I feel Enzo brings more creativity to the team compared to Lavia. You understand? I feel you understand. Like whenever we have an Enzo in the team, we find it very easy to create chances. But whenever there is whenever there's a Lavia in the team, we find it very difficult to create
Yeah.
chances. But what I feel Lavia brings to this team is the creativity. Understand? Which I said creativity is just the physicality. That's what Lavia brings. But Enzo brings more than the physicality to this team. You understand? So what do you think? Do you think Enzo should be ahead of Lavia or um, Lavia should be ahead of Enzo? What's your opinion in regards to this whole drama?
Yes, you're right on that. But on the flip side of it, again, you will realize that when Lavia left the pitch, we conceded more chances than when he was on the pitch. We actually tend to, the game turns out to be a basketball game, a box to box game. We tend to attack, then we tend to concede so many chances. So it's the looking at it, we probably wouldn't want to use Enzo in big games because when you have teams with quality, if you concede chances, there is a chance, there is a likelihood that we are going to concede, or we are going to concede goals. So what I will say is, up until we have a proper defense, a very good defense that does not succumb to pressure. The problem we have right now is that the partnership between Colwell and Fofana could be a very good partnership we have right now, but it has not solid. It is not that solid. It has not solidified its partnership or its synergy to bring in someone like Enzo in the team. That is the only problem we have right now. Because looking at every time that defense is faced with a lot of pressure, it becomes an almost goal. Like you saw, Arsenal got two good chances, two very good chances after,
Yeah, yeah.
of course, Lavia.
Towards the end of the second half.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. That was probably because Lavia was not in the team. Now, what I would say is, if we have Enzo in the team, then we should invest more on having a proper defense, a very solid defense, and also we should have a very good goalkeeper because some of the mistakes that we're making in the midfield when we don't tackle in the midfield properly, of course the ball goes to the defense, and the pressure goes to the defense, we cannot really trust these defenders to deal with the
But but
pressure.
but the goal Chelsea considered today against Arsenal was as a result of Lavia losing the ball in the midfield.
Exactly. I know he lost the ball at
That
a very
situation, if it were to be an Enzo Fernandez in that situation, what Enzo Fernandez would have done is he would have spread the ball immediately he gets the ball.
exactly. I get that. I actually know
He
that.
would
I
have spread
actually
the
know
ball.
that. Exactly. I know that. Now the thing is, in fact, I've done my analysis there, and one thing I've realized is that Enzo is good on the ball. When he gets the ball, he knows the options. He looks at the options. He looks at the options and gives the ball away very fast. The problem with Lavia, even with the ball, he tend to delay what he wants to do. He takes time to think of what he wants to do, and that is where when you have very good players in the midfield, they will always get on you, and you probably lose the ball at a very dangerous place. Now the thing is, I have no doubt of the ability that Lavia has, especially on the ball. I know he's very good. I know he's very good. It's only that probably sometimes he he doesn't do it, or he's not brave. I think he's not that brave as probably Caicedo, and this is something that probably will grow as time goes by. You know, up until we sort out our defense, I wouldn't advocate for Enzo to play. We should sort out our defense properly. We should sort out our goalkeeper properly because we cannot trust this defense. We cannot trust this goalkeeper. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to trust them because of the mistake that they make. You look at how we conceded against Manchester United. Fofana could not even deal with the ball that was pinged into the box by Casemiro. So we need to sort out the defense. Up until we realize that we have a very good defense, we should rather continue playing with Lavia. And the other thing I realized that Lavia hides most of the time. He doesn't want the ball. It's all over. It's Caicedo everywhere trying to on the ball. It's Caicedo trying to the ball, passing to each other to the players up front. That is what I want Lavia to improve on. He should be a little bit brave. Yeah,
Caicedo for me is giving us that county vibes. He's giving us that
yeah,
county
exactly.
vibes, making us feel we still have county in our team. You understand? But a good one for Caicedo. So, like, can we just do a player rating now for this team that played today? Like, what would be your rating for
I
example?
would want to know something from you before we do the prayer rating. I'd like to know what do you think about Bama?
Palmer.
Yeah.
I feel Palmer is doing too much a little bit at times. He's doing too much a little bit at times. Now, why did I say that? Palmer is feeling this is still last season where he had to carry the team on his back. Forgetting now you
Mhm.
have a lot of persons who can help you. He forgets at times, like he still feels he's the only one that can carry the team. You understand? But he forgets he has teammates. He forgets there's a reason for teammates. And I feel Enzo Maresca should take him from the number 10 and put him back on the wings.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I feel Enzo should
Especially
put
on
Enzo
that
Maresca.
right wing.
Yeah. You should put him
Mhm.
back on the wings and let him drive central, like he can come in central, like the way he was being used by Pochettino last season, where he has the freedom to drive into pockets of spaces. You understand?
Yeah.
Instead of hogging the line. But I feel Enzo Maresca prefer his wingers hogging the line than for them going into pocket of spaces. Understand? And I feel Palmer would have done better, and he will have a lot of freedom in that from that right wing. And I feel he can affect the game more from that right wing than that 10 because I feel once he's playing as a number 10, he can easily be marked out of the game by opponents.
So who would you prefer to play as a 10? Now that if you put Palmer on the right, probably on the right, yeah, because that is where probably he'll play well. Who would you prefer to play as a 10?
I would prefer a I would prefer Okuku.
Nkunku?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Felix? Felix has been forgotten. Came to Chelsea and the first game he scored a beautiful goal, but he's been forgotten.
No, he hasn't been forgotten, but I think it is very difficult for Felix to come into the team right now because of I think there will be a time where Enzo Maresca will play both Felix and Kopama together. There will be a time. It is very soon because
He
I feel
said that
Felix has
actually. He alluded to
yeah,
that. He said that
yeah,
he used them.
yeah because I feel Felix has done enough and he has proven enough that yes, I can play for the first team. Like it's surprising of like seeing a player of Felix caliber not playing in the first team. You understand? It's so surprising, anyways.
Yeah, correct. Then I would like to know about Sanchez. What do you think about Sanchez?
Sanchez on his day is a very good goalkeeper. Like when his head is right, he's a very good goalkeeper. But when his head is not right, he's the worst goalkeeper in
Mm,
the world. And so on his day, he can save Chelsea. On his day, he can win a
mm.
match for Chelsea. He can win a football match for Chelsea. But when he's not in his right senses or when he's not in his right place upstairs, like tends to make a lot of errors. Now, like the goal he considered against Martinelli, I think he would have done better there. He would have done better.
Exactly.
He would have
There
done
is
better.
only one way. There was only one way to save that ball. I mean, he knew
Yeah,
very well that he's going to be beaten on the near post. Why?
he
Why
would have
would
done
he?
better covering the spaces in the near post, but I don't know what got into him.
Yeah, that was bad, man, from him. Okay, now we can do the player rating if you.
Okay, so let's start from the goalkeeper. How do you rate Sanchez?
But yeah, despite of him making a mistake that, of course, made us concede that goal, he did make a couple of good saves. Good saves, especially in the second half. I feel like I give him a six. A six.
Okay. Well, for me, I think because of the save he made, and I think I'll go with I think I'll give him six too. I'll give him six because I think it was the first half where he made a very good save, stopping Martinelli from scoring, and then again the
Uh,
second. Yeah, I think I'll give him a six too.
yeah, I've lost my friend again. They're doing the player ratings. It was yeah. We are doing the player ratings. If you have tell us what you think about the Arsenal versus, of course, Chelsea versus Arsenal game. You can give us your player rating. I've given Sanchez a six. I'll give Cucurella a 7.5 because of what he did, especially in the first half, keeping Saka quiet. The majority of the game, Saka was very quiet because of Cucurella. I give him a 7.5. Who else? Center backs today, I think both of them I'll give them a 7. I give them a 7, both of them 7.0. Colwill, uh, Fofana. Right back, Gusto could have done better for the first goal. Yeah. I give him a 6, man. I give him a 6. And actually, he could have done better for that free header. He could have scored. He got a very good opportunity in the first half to score. He received a very good ball from Pedro Neto. Could have scored that. There's no excuse. Those are the goals that you score. As a defender, I remember we had a very good defender by the name Ivanovic. That guy could score such kind of goals. So when you go to the back post and every time you receive a ball in that position, you should take advantage of that. And he was in a very good position. He could have scored that. So I give him I'll give him a 5, man. Could have scored that. Could have been very decisive for that and score that goal. So I give him a 5. In the midfield, um, I'll go Lavia. I give him a 5. Could have done better. Yeah, I didn't see him. You know, with the quality that I know he possesses, he could have done better. I remember the game they played against Liverpool. He was magnificent. The game he played against Manchester City in the beginning of the season, he was magnificent. I did not see that today. I didn't see that from his game today. So Lavia, I give him a 5. Caicedo, I give him an 8. This is a guy who has rejuvenated, who has revamped himself this season. He does everything right. He's everywhere. And on the ball, he's very brave. He's very confident with the ball. I'll actually give him an 8, man. For me, he's my man of the match. He's my man of the match. Cole Palmer didn't do much. I give him a 6. Didn't, didn't do much. Sometimes he was in a very good position to make the right decisions, but didn't make the right decisions. So he actually hovered so much on the left. He could have at least tried to get to the right. Sometimes goes to the left, so at least he can bring balance as a number 10. But he didn't do that today. So I give him a 6, man. It's not that good today. Madueke defensively tried, but his primary role was to make sure that he attacks well. I know he's a very good player 1v1. That is something that I expected him to take on Ben White, or rather take on Timber. but it was very difficult for him to do that because Timber was very solid today. So I give him a 5, man. I expect you to do more because Madueke, ever since you scored a hat trick, I've not seen you. Yeah, you came back, scored against Nottingham Forest. You haven't turned up again. You don't have an assist. Yes, as a wide attacking player, you should at least, if you don't score, you have an assist. That is what you need from a player who plays for Chelsea. So Madueke, I give you a 5. Mm, Nico Jackson, yeah, he tried today, even though he didn't score, but he actually won us 3 fouls in a very good position where probably Palmer could have taken advantage of that and scored. But Palmer never even worked the goalkeeper. Every time he tried to hit the ball, he hit the wall. I mean, I don't know, man. So I would say Nico Jackson, probably would say a 7. For him, a 7. Yeah, that's what I will say. Of course, from the bench, we had Enzo Fernandez. I'll give him a 7 because of what he did. He did put up an assist. He actually, I saw him try to put up a shift, try to defend. So, yeah, that's it, man. Actually, that is the only player who came from the bench who probably deserves to be rated. Modric didn't see much of him, even defensively, was not that strong. Yeah, probably a 5. Yeah, those are the only players. Nkunku hardly played, hardly touched the ball most of the time. We were on the back foot defending. So those are the players I would say did something today. Yeah. Yeah, we are trying to do the player ratings. You can tell me in the comment section below if you're watching. I can see one person watching. If you're there, say hi. Tell me what you think about player ratings. You can do for Arsenal. You can also do for Chelsea. Two teams, man, who stuck up the place today. We did not see a winner. Oh, the last time Arsenal won a Premier League match was when they won against who? I don't even remember. Of course, the Chelsea, the last time they won a Premier League match is when they played against Newcastle United. They played against Manchester United, but it was not convincing. They got a draw, 1-1 draw. Today, they played against Arsenal. They got a draw, a 1-1 draw. Now, I don't know which of these players that did put a very good shift for both teams. Yeah, we've had Mikel Arteta saying that the injuries for Bukayo Saka and of course Declan Rice are not looking good. I don't know. Probably it's just some talk so that these players will not even feature for their country. But you that is how the managers speak. When they actually don't want to see their players going for the international breaks. They don't want them to be on duty, especially when it comes to these breaks, because they know we are going to enter into a festive season where we have so many games each and every three or two days. So you don't need to have your best players out of the pitch. So probably they are not as bad as probably the manager wants us to view them. He's probably saying that because he doesn't want these players to go on international break. He doesn't want Saka. He doesn't want Declan Rice to play for England this break. So we will wait and see. And I'm very sure that when Arsenal are going to be playing against Nottingham Forest, I'm very sure that Saka, Declan Rice are all going to be ready and they're going to play for Arsenal. That one I'm very sure. Because in as much as the injuries are affecting teams, but these managers or the players are trying to not play for their club, for their teams. There's a case, of course, of Mbappe, who probably affect an injury so that he cannot play for France. Right now, he's been freezed out of the team. So sometimes, if the players don't want to play for the country, it's actually well for the managers who are concerned or the managers who are taking care of these teams to freeze them out, because the national teams have so many players who can also play. Yeah, so many players who need the opportunity to play for the country. Yeah, so I feel like it's Arteta's mind games to tell us that probably Saka and Rice will not be featuring for their country come the end of this week. Now that is it. I was with my friend here. We were discussing about Chelsea. Now he's left because of some problems in his network. I'll be back tomorrow. We will have a discourse tomorrow. We discuss about the game. We discuss about the weekend on how things have been. We talk about the teams. We talk about Manchester United. Right now, they're doing very well with their new manager, who is gonna join them tomorrow. Ruben Amorim is going to join Manchester United today. Actually, today, from my side, it tells me that it's on Monday. It's on Monday, the 11th of November. They were gonna be joined by Ruben Amorim from Sporting Lisbon. This is a guy who has been doing very well for the last 2 seasons at Sporting Lisbon. He's won the league. He was on course this time around to win the league. So we don't know what's going to happen at United. We have had very good managers come from different leagues in the world, doing very well in the leagues. But right now, when they join Manchester United, it becomes a problem. You remember Eric Ten Hag was doing very well at Ajax, came to Manchester United. You know what happened. So we don't know what's going to happen for Ruben Amorim. Yes, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Like, really having network issues, and my phone is kind of heating up.
No problem. You're almost finishing. We were doing the player ratings.
Yeah, like what yeah, you recording this video on?
It's on YouTube, eh?
Okay, you are live on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm live actually on YouTube.
Wow, I didn't even know you are live on YouTube. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I'm live on YouTube.
Okay. For the player, we're doing the player rating, right?
Yeah, we're doing the player rating.
Okay. So we stopped at Sanchez, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we stopped at Sanchez. I gave him a 6. You gave him a 6.
Okay, sorry.
We
Uh, so sorry about that. So,
no problem.
yeah. Okay, so we're good to go.
Yeah,
For the defense, like how would you rate the defense? Like Gusto, let's go Gusto. What's your rating for Gusto?
Gusto today. One thing I'll say, he got a very good opportunity to score. That was a free header. When I see him losing such kind of an opportunity, I remember the likes of Ivanovic. Ivanovic could not have lost that chance. He could be
Even
very decisive in that
even
chance.
if James would not even lose that chance.
Exactly. So for him, that one, I wouldn't forgive him for that. I give him a 5.
Fine.
Yeah, I give him a 5.
That's kind of very low.
No. I give him a 5. He could have been decisive for that. That was a free header.
I think I'll rate him 6. I'll rate him 6. I'll rate him 6. I'll rate him
Okay.
6. I'll rate him 6 because I felt he tried though. Defensively, he did his job to some extent. Then attacking wise, I think the only issue I have with Gusto is attacking wise. Not like he's not good at attacking wise, but the issue I have with him attacking wise is the fact that he doesn't know how to take his chances. Like there are certain positions
And
he used to get. If you have James in that position, it's a goal. Like instantly, it's a goal. You understand? That's the
I
only
think
thing.
good.
Yeah. So
And
what about
actually,
Fofana?
when he's in those positions, he doesn't make the right decision. Sometimes he's supposed to give a pass, he doesn't. He tries to shoot. He's not very precise when shooting. So I only have a problem, as you said, attacking. But when he plays, the problem is the way he's being told to play nowadays,
Yeah,
tucking into those pockets in between center backs and full backs.
yeah.
Now
Sometimes
that
he
is
plays.
why
Sometimes he
decisions.
plays like a 10. He plays like a 10 sometimes.
Yes, he doubles with Palmer like a 10 and two tens. That is why he doesn't make the right decision. But when he plays as an overlapping defender, I feel like he does a good job. Like today, I saw him a couple of times pinning the ball after overlapping, and I think he did a good job as an overlapping defender than when he tucks in, yeah, into those pockets.
So you're rating him a 5. Okay, me, I'm rating him 6. So are you going to rate Fofana?
No, actually, I would say both defenders, the centre backs, our two centre backs today, I'll give them a 7. In as much as we conceded a goal, but I feel like they were on point today. They dealt with dealt with Odegaard very well. I think looking at Fofana, actually, he was very good on the ball. He was driving forward. He was very aggressive. He took the initiative at some points going forward, and that is all you need from him. He reminds me of sometimes, not in that instant. He reminded me of Rodiger when he drove with the ball going forward. He reminded me Rodiger.
I
I
think
won't say
I'll
that.
rate.
Yeah.
For me, I'll rate Fofana. I'll give him a 7. Yeah, I'll give him a 7 because he really tried. He tried. You understand? Despite him having height issues, but he was able to win certain headers at times. And for Cowell, I think I'll rate Cowell a 7 because I feel he was too rash at times, and there were times where he gave some misplaced passes. So I think I'll give Cowell. Let me just give Cowell a 6. Let me give him a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just give him a 6. So what about
Okay.
Cucurella?
Cucurella is an 8, man. He's an 8. Cucurella is an 8. He did very well today.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think Cucurella did an excellent job. Like he did his job. Like he did his job. He did what a left back is supposed to do. And for the fact that he didn't give Saka the chance to play his game, I think I'll rate Cucurella. I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 9 personally. I'll give him a 9 for
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
I'll give him a 9 because he did so well for me. He did so well. So how are you going to rate Caicedo?
Yeah. Caicedo for me now is a 9. Caicedo for me is a 9. He probably for me he was the man of the match. He was the man of the match. We saw him a lot in that midfield. We could see him get busy. We could see him driving the ball forward when he was needed to drive the ball forward. We see him. We saw him making tackles. There is a tackle that he made. He ran from a very far distance, made a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
good
yeah.
tackle on the
Arsenal
left.
counter.
Yes, that one, and he was very precise with it. I mean, I liked what I saw with Caicedo. I mean, he's my man of the match. 9 out of 10.
I'll give him a 9 too. I'll give him a 9 too because he has been exceptional since the beginning of the season. And for today match as well, he was exceptional
Yeah,
and he really showed himself into this game. He showed himself. Just give himself. So I'll give him
yeah.
a 9. So what about Lavia?
Mhm. Lavia, a bit of mixed reaction. I mean, the first half, in the first half, he was good. In the second half, he was not that good. And of course, the mistake, when we considered he lost the ball at a very dangerous position. I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. He needs to improve more on his decision making. He needs to be quicker in making decisions, and he needs to be very brave. Try to be progressive, not taking simple options. Need to be brave with the ball. Try and be progressive with the ball. Try and be a bit brave. Yeah,
That's it.
because
That's
he
why I
has
said
that ability.
that's why I said there's a difference between Enzo. No, Enzo is not that kind. Enzo is not a footballer who is gifted with who plays like that cover situation where he can take the ball from the midfield to the attack. You understand? He can run with the ball. You understand? But Enzo is not that type of player. But one thing I love about Enzo is the fact that he can play forward passes. The time he will use
Yes,
and but he has played passes that can fill up those spaces. He's done it.
exactly.
So I think I'll
And
rate
he can
Lavia
see
five.
it very well.
I'll give Lavia five. I'll give Lavia five for me.
I actually wanted to give him a 5. I thought I would be
Yeah,
too harsh. I really wanted to
I,
give him a 5. I agree
I'll
with
give
you.
Lavia
He
five.
actually deserves to get a 5.
He really did not do much, and I've observed that in the big matches Chelsea has played recently, apart from the Liverpool game, Lavia has not really
Apart
been
from the
good.
Liverpool game, and of course the first game that he played. Remember the first game against Manchester City? He was very good.
Yeah, yeah,
And, and
my,
probably I'll say, and
mine
probably
this.
I'll say it's because we had Enzo in that team. Enzo was playing as a 10, and him,
Yeah,
of course, Enzo was very poor that game. Probably that is why we saw that's why we saw Lavia was good. But the game that I'll give him some praise was the game he played against Liverpool. That one he was very good. He was very good in both phases. Collecting the ball, he was beating up the press. He was very brave. I want him to be brave because I know he can. He can. He has the ability. Yeah.
he has that skill set. So what's your rating for Palmer?
Parma is Parma, man. Parma is disappointing. Today was very disappointing because some situations I thought that he'll do better. He didn't. Especially, we got 2 free kicks that he could have done better with them. But it seems like he did not even care. He did not even care to put more effort to at least do something with the free kicks. So I give him a 6 because of the shot that he pulled in the first half. That probably that is what I remember. Apart from that, I don't remember anything. His corners, they were not delivered properly. Uh, his decision making when he collected the ball in those half spaces, I didn't see much from him. Yeah, I feel like today he was, today it was not like the Manchester United game where he was marked in the game, and also the Liverpool match where he was marked in the game. Today he was actually free. He was very free. I expected him to affect the game more because he was free. No one was marking him as, of course, the 2 matches that he played against United and Liverpool, he was marked in the game and he couldn't do anything. Today was free. I expected him to do more with the ball, but he didn't. So I give him a 6.
Yeah, for me, I feel what really affected Palmer was, he didn't train with the team all through the week till Friday or Saturday or so before he trained with the team. And for me, I wouldn't have
Mhm.
wanted him to start this game. You understand? I would have wanted him to come from the bench and affect the game from the bench, which for me, I
Yeah.
think he would have for this particular game because of he wasn't fit during the week and he hasn't trained enough during the week. You understand? So for me, I think I'll rate him. He really didn't do much in today's game. He did not affect the game in ways I was thinking he would be able to affect the game. Understand? So I think I'll just give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 out
Let
of
me
10.
tell you one thing. There's one thing that I've realized in the last two matches I've seen Palmer play. I've seen him spending much of the time on the left side. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because the manager have asked him to do that. Because I remember the last in the games that we've seen Palmer play very well, I've actually seen him spend much time on the right. The connection between him and Madueke was good. You remember when because he assisted the three goals that Madueke scored against Wolves, and also I remember that one goal we scored against Crystal Palace. He was operating on the right most of the time. The connection between him and Madueke was good. I don't know why. Right now, he's operating more on the left, and I I I don't remember seeing him playing on the right
I
in
think
those
that
four.
question should be, I think that should be a question for the coach to answer. That should be a question for
And
the
I
coach.
think the reason why that is happening is because of what Gusto is doing. Gusto is operating on that position
Yeah,
where play.
that's
He
true. That's
he
true.
attacks he attacks those position in between the centre backs and the full backs. That is where Palmer was operating against Wolves, yeah, against Crystal Palace. Yeah, now he's sending him on the left where he's not affecting the game very well. I don't think he's doing very well in that position.
So what's your take on sorry, let's continue. It's okay. Madueke, how do you read Madueke?
You see, Madueke today, defensively, I think Madueke defensively did a good job. But going forward, um, uh, I saw him take on a few times that take on who was there on the left. I think was Timber. Tried to take him on. His crosses were, I would say, if we had a very good striker up front, or we had someone with physical presence, or someone who was attacking the back post very well, we could have probably gotten something from his crosses. But overall, Madueke has not been good. That is a fact, especially going forward. He's not been good. Ever since he scored a hat trick against Wolves, he's not been the same player. So I'll give him a 6 because of his
I'll read.
defensive work. Because of his defensive work only.
I think I'll give him a 5.
Mm.
I'll give him a 5. Yeah, I'll give Madueke a 5. He has been poor, like really, really poor. I won't agree. I won't deny the fact that he has put in up good defensive shifts lately, but going forward, he has been poor. Like I want to see the Madueke that played against Wolves. You understand?
Exactly.
I want to see the Madueke that played against Wolves. We've not seen that Madueke since the Wolves game. Despite him trying against Brighton, but we've not really seen that Madueke. Like the Madueke that was fired up against Wolves, we've not seen him. He's been poor, and I think it's high time Pedro Neto come into the right hand side of, of the attack. You understand? I think Pedro Neto is time. He deserves it, and he has shown that he deserves it. So for Madueke, I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5. 5/10 rating. So what about the
Yeah,
other?
yes. Um, you see, Nicholas Jackson, he gave us a very good. Uh, you see, today, if we could have used the two free kicks that we got from what he did, probably could have been saying we could be saying something else. But Nicholas Jackson did his work. There was another person who was supposed to do his work. He didn't do his work properly. Uh, yes, he scored a goal that was offside. That was a very good run from him. Scored something that sometimes he doesn't do. He doesn't know how to finish the chances, but he got a good chance that was offside. He scored. Uh, Overall, when you see your striker trying to trouble your opponent, the team that you're playing against, trying to trouble the defenders, you actually feel happy sometimes. So I feel like Jackson needs a seven, just a seven, because he did some work. He troubled some defenders from Arsenal, got 2 free kicks in a very good place. If he had a good someone, a good player to take the chances or the free kick, we could have actually scored 2 goals from those positions. I'm very sure of that. Wow, so I've lost my friend again. I think we'll call it a day. It's very late.
I almost we did earlier. Let me see if I can join again so that I'll be able to record with stronger pen.
Hey bro, let's call it a day now. Let's call it because it's too late now. I just want to sleep now. I feel like we've done our best. We'll catch up tomorrow. Let's call it a day now. Let's call it because it's too late now. Thank you guys for those who are watching. Thank you for. Yes, we were doing the analysis of the game that was played today, or was playing rather played yesterday here in Kenya, or some parts in Africa. So that game was played yesterday. Arsenal versus Chelsea. It's a one-man draw. Chelsea are the top three. Arsenal are also chasing the title. They're very far away from the league leaders. The league leaders are Liverpool. Arsenal are below the league leaders by how many points? 9 points. So that is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy for them to catch up with Liverpool. I don't know. Strange things have happened in this Premier League. We don't know. Probably they are going to catch up with them. So let's meet tomorrow, as we'll be doing a lot of things talking about football, doing some analysis. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, share with friends, share with family members who love football. We will always be here talking about football. We'll be talking about United, we're talking about Chelsea, we're talking about Barcelona. We will be talking about all the teams that you support because this is football and this is Mabea who loves football.